Loud show why they are a team that you always have to be afraid of, because just when you think you have it in the bag, a 3-0 sweep, ain't gonna happen with the Brazilians as they managed to pick up a massive win and force that map 4. We got the whole squad here to talk about that game, and we got a series, folks. I mean, look, can Loud push this? 100%. They're capable of doing it, Ender. But, man, they really had to dig deep there to pick up that win.
It looked like they weren't going to be able to push it to the next one, though, right? Because what happened is that second half, they could not scrounge together round wins. And it really turned around when they could get a huge eco win in round 18. Because every single round, they were losing the openers, they were getting overwhelmed on site, and then the sheriff shots came through from QCK and less to open up their way back into the site.
Talking to Kaplan last night when he was mentioning the previous match Sentinels played against Loud, he chalked up that loss, that 13-11 on split, to eco rounds and clutches that they had no business losing. And this comeback slips away in the exact same way, honestly. 2 tragic eco rounds go the wrong way for Sent, and credit to Loud. I mean, their players took advantage of every opportunity given to them, but it puts them in a pretty tough position in the series now.
This game was a 13-11 where Loud stole away those 2 round wins. If they don't get those round wins, they are getting clowned on, just like last year where they have a big lead, 8-4 at the half, and it slips away. It is a miracle that they managed to hold on in this game, frankly.
I mean, they were full steam ahead, Sentinels were. They forced in the second round after losing the pistol, and it seemed like it was wraps. They had won, 5-6 rounds in a row. It seemed inevitable. But again, those Thrifties shifted the entire
that's just the way that this game is, though, right? Like, those eco rounds, we constantly hear players talk about that all the time. The ecos, the Thrifties, you gotta win those. If you don't, how you gonna win?
Exactly, because how did Sentinels start the comeback? It was after losing the pistol round and then forcing up on round 2 to win that and get them back in. So Sentinels had some of that help, too.
Yeah, they're really the rounds that matter in any close game like this. But I think the players who were pushing it over the line for Loud, it wasn't quick. I don't think he was having a particularly good game, was getting shut down at B-main constantly. It was the same guys who stepped up the last time Loud played this map against EG. The supportive line of this team is so damn good. We saw what we needed to from Les, but also from the 2 guys that were rookies last year when Loud picked them up. Tui's and Cowan Zine had massive moments, and their util was on point throughout, Doug.
Well, and honestly, Sadek had a couple of really big moments as well, but you're right. I think being able to highlight those 2 players when you desperately needed some sort of spark to get back into the map was enormous. And as this team continues to develop, given the new addition of QCK, being able to pull out those big moments from the younger players on the squad is huge.
Yeah, and I want to give a lot of credit in particular to Tui and the way that he plays this Harbor. I think he is the best Harbor player, period. When they were playing the Harbor Viper comp constantly last year, it was always him on that agent. He goes back to it here. It's the hardest agent to frag on in the game. You're constantly having to juggle so many different pieces of utility. So many players complain about playing it. Boaster refused to play Harbor all of last year. But this guy shows up. He has insane individual impact and also has that util always on point. Timing with the teams in the retake, on the executes, his use of the push walls and how the team scales off of it. It's always on point for Loud.
And it's so important to have a player like that, to have players like those 3 we just listed. And it really is what has defined Loud's entire identity. This is one of the rare jet maps that they play. And, on a jet map, you expect your jet to be a higher performing player. But no, Loud really share the burden across their team. And that is why I think the comps work so well for them, because there are other comps on the other maps, and we're going into Bind next. They're going to be playing double smokes. They're going to be playing multiple flashes as well. Those comps are all about enabling those support players to get a little selfish, to take those fights earlier. On Icebox, those players had to play, dominate in the post plants a little bit more when they're anchoring sites as well. Now when we move ahead, those same players are going to be seeking much earlier fights, and that's when they become even more threatening.
Well, let me go ahead and take off my analysis hat and put on my host hat.
You're not wearing any hats.
That hurts. We'll move on to the next one, though. Map update, here you go. You got yourself a Bind pickup here for map 4, and there are a lot of different things that we could be seeing here, Mimi. I'm excited to see what Sentinels can potentially do to maybe throw off this Loud team that's starting to feel themselves here, because you do got to quell this momentum before it gets a little out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talk a lot about how Sentinels is a team with world champions who have been there, done that, but it's been a while for all these guys. You still can't discount that the pressure is on. So for me, for Sentinels, what I'm looking at for isn't necessarily a specific comp or a specific player. player. It's the emotional leaders of this team, and in particular, Zellsis. We give this guy a lot of praise because what he adds to a team, you cannot discount. He is the best in the business at building up his teammates, at helping them feel good after a loss. And the team always mentions, Sassy in interviews in the offseason was saying he gives the team a reason to play. And he'll have to do that again to deny this reverse sweep.
Look, he comes in after a game loss like that, decked in the trench coat, busts out the briefcase, opens it up. What's inside? Vibes. He is dealing those out. Now it's time to move over into Vines, where TenZ is going to be dominating on the Yoru. Come on.
I mean, Loud, again, going back to this comp that we've seen themselves set a standard for, the triple flash. They love it. They're willing to apply it to pretty much every map except Split, it would seem.
Yeah, almost every map, and they've had mixed success with it, but it seems like they believe in it enough that they're willing to roll to it again when the tournament is on the line.
Now, one thing that I was seeing from them previously I didn't love was the Breach was playing B-Long every single time. They showed that so much. I think we need to see a different look on the defensive setup from this Breach. I need more Showers control from that Breach. Fault line, great there. For trap plays as well through the teleport and also the blast, the flash lines. You can lock down that choke so wonderfully, and it'll be far less readable than B-Long round after round after round.
Good ideas that we've seen from both teams. But now the question remains, who walks away the winner? Will Sentinels manage to pull off the 3-1 here, or will Loud take us to a map 5? Let's send it back over to Vancilian Rift.
It almost felt like my arm was part of your body, but thank you so much, TB. We are definitely moving into map number 4 on Vine, and yeah, I mean, Ender raised some great points there where it almost felt like Loud was really red on their positioning when they played against Leviathan and how they're really playing their attack site, leaving Sadak on his own. So at this point now for Loud, what have they fixed, or can this composition also play off very well against Sentinels Yoru?
TenZ Yoru is just in your face on this map. I was mentioning on the other maps that Sentinels kind of almost have the double identity now if they want to switch from that Omen TenZ where they're all playing back to where TenZ can be TenZ again. It's not a Chet, but it's going to be a Yoru. And you'll see gate crashes that go all the way into attacker spawn possibly with what they're trying to cook up. And I'm sure Loud has seen that. I'm sure Sadak knows TenZ is going to be trying to route them at all times. And they go for a bit of a default here with focus on Hookah so far, making sure those extremities are not owned by Sentinels right now.
Seems like TenZ is set up to do a flashbang dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the contact was there from Zellsis towards the U-Haul, but as there's no contact there is that solo play from the Initiator once again. But Second went through the TP. Loud still answers back as they have the player advantage in this pistol round. TenZ trying to gain some more map control up towards short. No!
What? It's not supposed to work like that!
It's almost like breadcrumbs on a trail. It's like, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy.
Oh my gosh.
Denied. 3 on 3. Zellsis now finally spots the contact in towards this A site. Decoy thrown out by TenZ, not being shot out. The bait doesn't work here for Loud. First one tap on the spike, trying to see what their hot hands are going here for the attack, trying to delay and deny the flank to happen, trying to get a TP. But thankfully, it's only Kawadzin that fell. The spike's still up. They spot Sassy on the backstab. There's another TP. Les re-swings, picks the pick onto Sassy. Zellsis then comes back out, and somehow it has become individual peaks one by Sentinels, putting TenZ in a clutch situation. Nice long range there by Les, and this is not a good time if you're a Sentinels fan to see Les starting to activate.
Loud, very happy though, Vans. You have to know it. They have started down on every map. Last map we went back and forth and Loud found their ground, but this is going to be a nice start for them here. As long as Sen don't get that second round again, as long as they don't. Looks like a classic buy. Looks like Sentinels will not be able to formulate that purchase on this one.
Of course, defensive side here that you see from Sentinels, but no gamble stack. It's actually a heavy pressure towards the A side of Flash to try to pinch for information coming out from Long B. Just simple orb control, putting it in the hands of TenZ.
Looking for this timing. Already one flash thrown by Sassy. So getting a quick peek to see if that was true, and they are still pushing up. And now just the pressure game, but 3 in Showers. They're going to leave TenZ here for sure, and then back up towards the rest of the site. Now they'll play the site kind of vertically instead of horizontally. If U-Haul control is gained, they'll just fight Loud out of U-Haul as much as they can. Oh my, what a read.
Just holding the whole time.
And they can hear it too for now.
Right now it's just meeting up here from the spawn. A wall contact. Zekin is going to be the first one. Sees it on the first.
What a smart peek.
Hands now switching back to the right click instead. The hot hands being thrown. It's clear.
What a smart clear.
It allows Loud to split the A site. Smokes all abundance. Inside A, within the smokes. QCK gets the execution onto Zellsis. There's still players there, though. All of Sentinels have rotated towards the A side, trying to do at least some sort of damage. That's John Cutie with 2. But with that round here, you'll have the run it back activated for QCK in their bonus round.
And Loud, even with these 2 rounds, look like they're in so much more of a groove. They have the read on Sentinels. They know TenZ is going to be somewhere ratty, trying to be funky on the Yoru. Instant peek. Zekin did not pull their attention away. They are ready for the tricks that Sentinels will bring to the table here. All right. On to the next one. Loud to pick up this bonus would be gigantic, especially on the low buy they're forced into here due to some deaths.
And then I wanted some showers control out for Loud's camp. They did it. Converting that second round from the pistol. Now the bonus. Pressure came towards this B side. Knife was being thrown to get some information towards the garden. Sentinel still able to play a forward position inside Hookah, though. A TP across once again. Snakebite being thrown a 1-for-1 surprise play. Actually, it's a win here for Loud because they could upgrade a weapon left behind by Zekin. Underhand flash. John Cutie's fully blinded, but stays in the smoke.
Easy out there. Loud continues to pressure at Hookah area. TenZ now, if you look at the minimap, throws this gate crash again, goes all the way to spawn, and will have a rotation around the side of Loud if it comes to it.
Weak.
Great shot by Cowanzine.
Still a great opener. Then the wall comes up on defense. Keeping John Cutie alive was important here so they could spray across for these 2 kills. Now it doesn't really matter on this TP. A flash moving forward, allowing Sentinels to push up, get the wall bang onto Sadak.
30 seconds left.
Tui's all alone, Vandal in hand, 26 seconds left, so he's got time to work with.
Oh.
The first shot now shows that he did try to look for some cover through the brimstone smoke.
Yeah.
John Cutie and TenZ just waiting on the other side, letting Saucy be the first contact. Oh, there's the backstab. Oh, with the third! Oh, saw that coming.
My gosh.
Somehow the positioning of TenZ could have been costly there, as it seems as though Saucy thought that he had his back. But thankfully, John Cutie was there for the save.
Tui's putting the scare factor on that round for Sentinels. A 3v1, and we almost saw him go down 1 by 1.
One enemy remaining.
And look at that replay. You just saw the last 2 times that Zekin went for paint shells to open the door, snakebite towards that front. So they do have a heavy pressure set up to try to really get some players vulnerable and line up some kills.
I mean, they love teleporters too. Oh, it starts off right away. It was just saying both Zellsis and Zekin have used the teleporter now. Even with that util, as we have a first shower hit, and it's not going to stop.
Trailblazer trying to bait out the players, focusing on that dog so that Zekin could try to swing out again for the pick. But everything calms down now.
Yeah. Man, that was quick. Both players realizing it was, or both teams, it was just attempt at showers to see how deep they would go. Now back towards mid. Switched up a few times. Zellsis up top.
Good timing on that one from Cowanzine. Saw the shoulder as Zellsis gets the pick. Lesto walks through his own orb to answer right back with the second one to avenge his teammate. On top of that, giving it advantage for Loud on the post plant. Snakebite even misses.
Yep. Holding. And they, knowing Viper's there, only have to look for the flank now because they're going to have shower control. Loud really cleanly gathering these rounds, especially after that shower. We see Sadak recalling the hit towards short. Loud seems on point for these strats now, and they take back a gun round after that bonus goes the way of Sentinels. Just the last few shots here, and preventative utility to shut out Sentinels.
Gambled the Snakebites here to flush out some positions, but Loud doubled up in U-Haul, one towards Showers, and they have their own utility for the pulse plant as well. Not looking good at all. Here's a spray, comes across. John Cutie stays alive at 6 HP, but at the end of the day, it's still Loud's round.
They go 3-1 up. The attack from Loud, it seems like they're moving quick enough, but also taking care of the extremities. Loud is that TenZ isn't getting to use the Yoru like we saw in the last Bind game from Sentinels. It was much more destructive, much more distracting to the opponent here. And you know what? I say that, and we might get it out of a dimensional drift here if he starts getting in the brains of Loud, trying to ping him out for this strategy. Run it back can happen just as well with that ultimate from Brimstone and the orbital strike, so they may just microwave U-Haul here once they get the chance.
Might be a difficult one here as they have a lower buy for Sentinels on that end, though. Doubling up towards the boxes at the short A. Loud already just held back by that smoke that was dropped on the defensive side. That being dropped here by Zellsis.
Ready to gate crash out of a shot.
Yeah, it's being quiet right here. They tried to play the contact after that smoke, knowing the position where Sentinels likes to play on vibes. Now they'll use a run it back to even confirm that the main default position of the A site is open. Spotting Zellsis at triple. Utility being used out here on both ends. Deniability from snake bites all the way out from the B site, landing at the default spot, preventing a plant from coming down. Also making sure that the smokes could dissipate, but a second smoke comes down. Another tap. Utility baiting out. Zellsis trying to get some right clicks. Everybody's hiding in the thick of the spawn. But there's that first blood finally inside the A site as QCK moves forward. Now being pressured by Zellsis. Right click classic coming through. That's really going to stop the bleeding after this. Loud is in a beautiful setup towards the end. Better weaponry.
Last player standing.
Even better health.
So much more confidence coming out of these Loud strategies. We just saw Loud tempt the plant without having Showers control, knowing how much it would rile up Sen. They only had a smoke covering Shower. That doesn't prevent anything. They were accepting mollies, they were getting shot while planning. Loud wanted to take that fight, and QCK, as you said, pushing through to break that defensive smoke, absolutely threw Sen off. Nicely done here by Loud to get another round secured. They do it differently too, giving Sen a different look to work with. John Cutie's gonna have ult for next round, but Loud's feeling good on the momentum, and they'll have Cow and Zine probably on ult along with Tui's. So we'll see this again. Once QCK got to that right side, it caused a lot of trouble. And then it was just hunting after that with blood in the water.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, silver lining for Sentinels, the Phantom that they saved in a previous round became the Phantom that they saved into this round.
Yep.
And also on top of that, the economy has been built up also in the ult economy. That he could now finally maybe start using that dimensional drift. They're moving up here for information and control. TenZ position all the way towards the left side as well. And could TP instantly towards the A site should Loud try to pressure in the pit that John Cutie just plays down towards mid.
Saucy. Look at me, not at TenZ. Oh, the spam through the bottom left corner.
And it punish as TenZ was looking for a hero play to trade it right back and maybe TP away. So that's two players falling down. Saucy alone on the anchor towards the back of the site.
It's again the 1v1 prowess right now that Loud's able to hit. Sentinels isn't finding these kills from TenZ or just the members trying to do their own little excursions here like they were on previous maps of this series. Loud is tightening everything up. It looks like they could get this entry into B to count as well.
Saucy's been good anchoring the back of the A side of split. Can he do it this time around on B? No, it looks like the fault line, the side of it just hit him. And Sadok's able to punish him for trying to anchor solo and do the hero play. The last two guys will most likely save at this point.
And they still have Cow and Zine's ult after the frags on this round. They've been cycling so well here to get themselves in the site. Sadox is going to be coming up soon. I think these next rounds, Vansili, if it may be even a timeout for how Sentinels are going to use this showstopper. Is it to put pressure on and Zekin and TenZ are activated, right? Are they going to use it for a retake? Because right now the retakes do not seem like their Sentinels doesn't have enough room to get the retake they want, I should say. So that's going to be a question. How is this showstopper going to turn it around for Sen?
It's definitely hard to get the room or to retake when you're losing players in the process of what Loud is currently doing and really picking players apart in their positioning within these sites. So yeah, you might come down to those plays where you have such a low buy right now for Sentinels. It could be a potential just half buy with rifles, and you have to do that hero play. Potential with the, hey, let's Hail Mary towards short. The amount of times here that Sentinels, or should I say Loud, try to contact up towards short and really try to execute through the Brimstone smokes. It could be one of those, hey, let's try to flash, let's try to showstopper.
Yes.
Get one for trouble. Second, hopefully your Rocket's going to get two or something like that.
All right, it is the timeout. Kaplan has called it. 4 ultimates in the arsenal of Sentinels. Right now, I'll just go with the only one they're missing is John Cutie's Viper Pit. So now you know what they have. Can they get a 5-2 out of this? Around 6, yeah, $2,400 on their credits. Now they're back onto a full eco buy. So yeah, Kaplan wants a word here. This is a point where they need to start swinging this swinging this half back in their favor. And what can Loud do against that? If they're expecting this, they play back or do for a double take, right? You have the Rolling Thunder. So if Sentinels actually starts to aggress on you, they can kick back just as hard with that ultimate. Remember, QCK is 1 away, so that might be an option for Loud here to make sure they're 2 ults against 4 this round. A lot of options here. Loud's been focusing A for the past few, and a lot of pings going down from Sentinels straight down mid here. Or short A, I should say. Let's get this started. The fans are ready. Timeout's over, and we're back on to Bind here. 5-1. Loud looking to bring us to a map 5 with the momentum they currently have. Let's do it, Vans.
Zellsis taking control of Shower, so there's no early smoke moving out towards the extremities of short A. Looks like we had a nice flash that came out from Sadak, though, on the top of the palm tree, blinding 2 players. Sadak gets to pick onto TenZ, not allowing Zekin to really move forward with the showstopper satchel from the APC. Beautifully done here by the IGL as Sadak off this timeout, anticipating some sort of pressure towards short, and that flash was everything.
Oof.
The walk forward, the first contact in, the continuous kills out of Sentinels. Spike down at the same time, Seekers coming out. Now know that Sadak now pivoted across short towards the Sands, while his teammates meeting up with him here in the back of the fountain. So look at Sentinels, how do they want to pivot this? They keep it towards a 2-2. Regaining control towards Hookah, so they could spray on one side. They've allowed TPs towards the A site. You have 2 players pushed up in their area to watch that as well.
Slow movement through Octagon. They have to attempt everything here, hoping to find either util or that error peak. Left. And it's buddy system right now, right?
Yeah.
Movement from John Cutie and Saucy. They will not part from each other, just the flank watch on the other side. And then they collapse once they know the spike is down here.
But right now, Zellsis is in range here. If it did come a moment where these players fell down towards Long B, they had the orbital strike. So time was precious for Loud, and it did not take advantage of the time left.
For sure. Loud 5-2 now as Sen pick up another round. And just to note, let's be sure we're cheering for the results, not the build-up to the result, to keep these players in the mode they need to be in and focused on just the kills. Good push, good play. Sen come up with another round. And now it's going to be 3-3 on these big-time ultimates.
That guy's definitely not smiling.
He is not smiling right now. They're having trouble finding a way to break that smile. We saw the other guys, too, noting it. All right, 3 towards A here. And the split still from Loud to prepare themselves for a push. TenZ hasn't been able to get as much space as he did last time. I know we keep saying that, but they're really, really cutting him close.
It's TenZ close range with the TP. Zekin first contact once again. There's that jump spot. TenZ is getting ready for the left side if there's going to be a reswing. Les setting up for an orb late towards U-Haul. Already activates it up. But this is going to be good information here for Sentinels because nobody's really moving behind, even a Boombot to try to bait it out. Will Loud be ready for the position of where TenZ is at the corner when the TP's also gone? TenZ now in a position of a one and done. While Loud are looking to activate with the null command towards the A site. Full execution coming through. Hens around the corner. There's that first shot. Les falls down. QCK also heavily damaged as the rest of Loud are trying to move out towards the showers. And off the run it back, left. 2 players instantly fall for Sentinels. Trying to delay, trying to deny is the Orbital Strike coming down from Zellsis at 1 HP. Off the push, allowing the flank to happen from Saucy. Now in more delays, there's 15 seconds left. QCK decides to push forward, and they flip the site. Loud is now plotting for spawn, while they have the Rolling Thunder to work with. Look at that position. You saw that QCK ran through the molly just to get a good position towards showers, so this is looking really good for Loud on the pulse plan.
Moving in, not too much util there. The heals already been had. QCK.
Yeah, nobody's gonna focus on this.
No way. Gets it. 3K for QCK. Remember, the ultimate was just used recently. Halfway there already. Can really start to flex into the site, and they get that ultimate out of Cowanzine finally to make it work. Been holding on to that just to make sure it was right. And they do collect the W. 6-2 now. Loud starting to show a lot of confidence that we were looking for in the first 2 maps. Where do they go? Just a split to the right side. Sadak is going to be the one who is on the lurk as per usual. This is the way we usually see it when Sadak's on the sky, when he's on something that can info detect. Here, he'll still be able to do it a bit with a knife and just his eyeballs. Slow push from TenZ, and Sentinels playing more receptive now to what Loud is trying to put onto the map. They aren't getting these extremities checked as much. Hookah seems to be very important for Loud. To get that, to get John Cutie, but they've tempted it a lot. They fault lined it a lot just to mess with Hookah.
Exactly. It seems as though it was something that Sentinels is trying to read on the game plan, but we'll hold that thought. Sentinels, after losing a player, trying to gain some more control information by contacting down towards Long B. And now they jump spot, or actually just a quick jiggle from Zekin to see the other 2. They're gonna have to turtle back into B site. But yeah, looking at how Loud likes to pressure towards Hookah, but the first few rounds, they haven't done it. Sentinels realize, okay, we can't do the trap plays with the TPs now. So they let it go, and it allows Loud in round number 9 to actually do that execution to get the pick. But not before now the execution towards the A side. The showstopper out from Zekin, landing onto Cowanzine.
30 seconds left.
QCK, though, once again doing some hero plays. Just inside that smoke is TenZ walking through, gets the execution, traded out by Zellsis at showers. Running through the molly, Zekin gets the backstab onto Les. Tuiz is now alone with the swipe pipe down. Zellsis with a drive-by once again in the stinger.
They're trading 3Ks, that's what it takes. 2 3Ks in a row for QCK, and it's not going to be enough. Sentinels still find a way through. That was the stinger swing as well from Zellsis. Some say he's still swinging.
Stay in range of my...
Wow. Dimensional Drift is there for the next round. We'll see this play once again. Just up in the face of their opponent. Celsius with a quick pen there to get the frag, knowing it would come through. Fearless play here. We're going to have weapons on both sides.
Exactly. You saw from that replay after QCK got that pick onto TenZ. Running back is available in round number 10. Loud looking really good on the attack. Haven't been fully figured out here by Sentinels as of yet. As they're looking for the contact now towards short. I think it was through smoke. Zellsis falls, running back once again. After the first kill to try to clear it out. Now they spot Zekin on the right side of showers. Even utility pushes all the way back. Should allow the plant to come down though. Tui's looking all the way back from the spawn. Here's the TP, sees the TP, and does a little bit of damage there onto Saucy.
And he's going to be in position for the molly too, so the post plant was the lurk.
Dimensional Drift inside U-Haul. TenZ is going to call out their 3 players in there. Aftershock to deny the defuse, but it's gone halfway. Zekin got hit by that one. Molly then comes down for the post plant. Les with the shorty onto Saucy. As more flashes coming through. But it's looking pretty good here for Loud on the post plant so far. More shorty action.
Oh my God.
As the short kings come out for Loud. They take the lead by 4, or they maintain the lead by 4 so far.
Yeah, Cowanzine there with his own 3K. Great play by Loud. Loud's starting to figure out the map to where they don't need their full squad to get in. So much different from the previous maps in this series. You have Tui's all the way back watching flank. You still had Les at short A, who didn't have to get into the fight until a little bit to when the spike was half. Really good patience and control here by what Loud is doing once they're inside the site. And like I said, they're doing it with even less numbers now because they're making it work so well. So a quick molly or quick orb over. That's going to land just about the spot right left of the wall. So that's going to be a U-Haul orb. I can make sure that wall doesn't leave them open once they get past it. Showers control this time, and Kawazine first blood.
Yeah. Easy one so far. I mean, they used a lot of utility to really flush out early aggression, knowing that Sentinels on the lower buy are going to try to do something aggressive, but the aggression came out from Long B instead. Tui's always ready for these. Place in the last one, all clean.
Like I said, 3Ks around. One for everybody. It's like a prize right now. Collected by Loud in handfuls here. Tui's ult back up. They're going to be able to figure out whatever they want for final round, but they will receive 3 ultimates here from the side of Sentinels if they don't go down on that first blood. Loud went from slow playing kind of to the extremities to that round was Kawazine walking up showers to contact and just frag somebody. Like they're using it all right now, and they're not they're trying to keep a precedent out of Sentinel's head. They're not showing the same thing. Loud keeps switching it up, and Sen keeps guessing.
Well, they're guessing right this time around. Sadat solo into showers, but he still gets one before he falls. That's going to pull some players across. Seekers coming out, confirming now that hookah control finally comes out for Loud. Ult from John Cutie, preventing a split from happening aggressively for the attack side as well. Because they've lost Sadat, can't really push through. They're going to use their orbital strike instead. Beautiful utility, that spray right in between. What a play there for Loud to take control of B main.
Slow. Okay, that's heard by Saci at least, but does Zekin move? This is great ground to be gained by Loud.
And Loud right now did a great job just to enter towards the site. Saci splits out the push, and that's a spike down. A QCK was still there inside hookah to trade her right out. Zellsis trying to count the timing to get through the smoke as it dissipates. He's able to fall away. You talked about Zekin anchoring for the longest time, TPing through, and now you understand when Loud takes control of hookah, it's so hard to deal against for the retake.
Exactly. Even if you have B main control in the Octagon Garden, it doesn't seem like it matters with what Loud is going to start doing to push and pull you around that hookah, around the market side of the map, and maybe even showers, because their numbers are working so efficiently in groups of 3 or 4 with that lurker still around the map.
Very well done so far here by Loud, and a 9-3 hopefully could be the 9-3 curse for the Sentinels fans. But until we start the second half, let's toss it down to GB, who's working the crowd.
All right, guys, so I can't settle who's going to win this series because it's just been so freaking intense. So what I decided to do was really just resort to science. We're going to do a push-up contest. Yes. So I got Tiago and I got Mango here. They're going to represent their respective teams. Gentlemen, assume the push-up position. There we go. There you go. All right. It's first to 10. Whoever wins, turns out they're going to win this series. Crowd, chant with me. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 6, 7. They're in a rhythm. 10. Get going. Oh, he's clapping. He's clapping. He's clapping. They're all clapping. I can't do this. He's running in 1 hour. He's hold on a second. He's trying to do some dance moves. He's trying to do some dance moves. Oh my. What in the sweet Christmas is happening right now? This is the best segment we ever could have cooked up. I mean, that's it. I got nothing else. Who won? Who won? Wait a minute. Was it Loud? Was it Sentinels? Oh, man.
Number, we got got odd numbers.
They got odd number. They're being numbered out over here, guys. Firstly, I just want to thank you all so much for participating. Give it up for these guys. I mean, unbelievable stuff. Come here, come here. Oh my God. And for you guys, Doug's giving out some free stuff. All right, Vansili Riv, please take this carnage away from my hands if you don't mind.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell just happened? It felt like one of those never let him know your next move. We went from push-ups to one hand to kickstands to b-boying. That was insane.
All I know is
insane.
we got a GIF with GB dancing on the floor now. That's all that we got a GIF with GB and 2 other people dancing on the VCT America stage.
Oh
That's
my
all
God.
you need to get out of that. Awesome stuff by the 2 from the crowd. Love the showmanship. Thanks so much for coming out and making that so awesome.
So even if the Loud fan won on push-ups, the crowd was still behind to see who won for the series. So I think it's still even now. We don't know who's going to win this series yet,
right.
So we'll just let the game decide. In the pistol round now, Sentinels on the attack, working out very slow contact to start things off in their default. Again, you're seeing the same thing though. Jump contacts coming out from Loud and getting ready to delay. Deny with Kalanzin. The fault line set up at the elbow, but it decides otherwise to pivot towards the A site. And it's a great read so far because that's where Sentinel's moving as well.
They are encroaching back to the other side of the map. If you get that kill over towards B long, gate crash from TenZ. Everybody's hitting the site, but they go back to strat B of round 1. That's going to be the A hit. Not enough noise at B long, so we go for short. The molly from Zekin now, but Loud ready on the other side for this as the smokes start to clear.
And with the orb to use the dog, but it's towards the right side to allow TenZ to move forward inside showers, and both Twinsies are working together on the left side of triple. The right click classic. Sentinel score first in the pistol round. Sadak falls, and there's trades instantly all around. And the spike's still down. 30 seconds left. Delayed enough for potential backstab coming through as Tui's just got spotted. They saw 1. Will they see 2? Beautiful flash coming out from TenZ, but they both
did see 2. Quick heal.
Comes down to John Cutie. Left side of triple. Gas down, wall down as well. Pivot back from Loud, using all the time in their favor.
Oh, the headshot.
Cusick down to 8 HP just to try to delay, so Tui's come out of showers. Gets that pick, and there's the trade. Beautifully done on the coordination of Loud. They come out for the trade, and Tui's will get the defuse. Loud now or at 10, and they're really trying to push this to the brink in map 5.
To go to Lotus between these 2 teams as well. One of the biggest chess games you can run on our 3-site maps. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. It looks like it is on the horizon. A stinger buy here from Sentinels. We saw this be effective on Icebox. Can it have the same result here on Bind? Loud has just been so strong. Guardian in the hands of Tui's after those frags and the defuse, building himself up to ult. Stingers and Bulldogs around with Sadak's Judge close in hand, guarding U-Haul. All right, so send flip it. TenZ now on the left side of the map to gate crash back to the right. So a little bit different from round 1. But Loud has no reason to really worry about anything until Sentinels puts their full force into a site hit.
Trying to move quickly, try to pivot some players out. The knife came out from Shorty into SenZ. And with that, it allows for Loud to just fall back for a bit. But they do have players to try to work for utility. Sadak holding as Judge, and Sentinels definitely know that tape. So everybody's pivoting towards the right side of APC to try to get the backstab. Zelsis just got spotted. Molly to Molly. Last and Sadak now pinned inside. But the Judge gets the kill. Zick trades right back with the Stingers. Advantage for Sentinels as they get the plat down towards the A site.
Rotate around. Gonna be a little too late here for QCK with the damage that Zekin's doing with the Judge as he flies through sight, picks up the Stinger once again after that damage has been done.
Yeah, Loud got a piece of their own medicine. TenZ also winning that fight. The Stinger meta has it returned. 1 more to go. It's QCK denied by Zelsis off the trade to TenZ.
Again. They do it again.
This is amazing. Seeing a Stinger meta coming back from the Sentinels. That's Kaplan at the helm, pretty much. He's the one that brought that up back in the day in like 2021. What was the team name? Like Echo 7 or something with Rob Wiz.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, we're going way back.
You're digging deep. You're digging deep. But yeah, the Sentinels have made it work twice. Clobbering through the site to get that plant down in the first round pretty much secures the decision to want to buy on that second. The little bit of extra money flowing them into a state where they want to rush with stingers, and everybody behind each other makes it work again. We see it a second time from Sentinels. Now Loud has to wonder how they work their low buy. You can expect Les to get some share shots in, sure, but how much damage can they do to stop Sen from pulling back a bunch of rounds here?
This is a very similar situation as seen in previous maps where the Stinger really allowed Sentinels to start building up a bit of that economy, but Loud was still able to maintain
no headshots.
They're just trying to go for wide swings. After the kill, the TP across. Now at the helm of the push is TenZ with the rest of Sentinels inside the B site. Should be an easy plant in the end. Right now it's QCK just trying to keep them busy. The other three are still trying to play back, deciding if they want to TP across or just try to fight at least one player that could be straggling behind. And that's John Cutie waiting with that Stinger in towards Sands.
Safety for now is what Loud chooses. They don't want to have to clear too many angles on that, and Sadak has the knife. How long are they going to wait for that? Well, they're going to have to wait till next round.
Yeah, pretty much. You could see it. Just trying to delay, trying to get at least one weapon, and I love that it's also John Cutie watching that flank with the Stinger, so if they lose that one, definitely will hear from Loud's camp, they probably won't keep that Stinger. Unless you're Sadak, you could probably get something done with that. But at the same time, though, we're not only snowballing the economy from Sentinels after that force buy, they're also starting to snowball, getting very close to these ults on the attack.
Those ults could be met with a QCK retaliate. We will see. Getting it there. Hey, sometimes it just takes a few bullets to calibrate, okay?
Hey, at that distance, the instant pull down and get a shot like that, that's sick. Great way to utilize that Stinger.
At that point, you feel like your mouse is going to fall off your mouse pad. 10-5 here. Sentinels starting a little bit of momentum. We'll see if gotta go fast is what they are thinking. TenZ is going to make quick ground with a few steps before slamming onto shift. Looks like it's going to be a quick pop flash.
Sentinel seems to love doing not only a double flash, but this time a triple flash with a decoy. Does push Loud away, allowing the dimensional drift to come out. Navian pushing Loud all the way back towards the spawn, forcing the defenders to play the retake.
Quick take. 5 towards the top side here for Loud. Let's see where they decide to get in after these smokes clear, because right now the delay is heavy from Sentinels. QCK will break the barrier first.
Has to be him. Waiting for him to rotate back from the B side, hit by the dog. Close range shorty, denied right away. But they get information of 2 players from Sentinels on the pulse mine in U-Haul. So for Loud, they're trying to fight back towards Showers. Saucy getting ready for a pop flash so they could swing back off the tap of the spike. But there's deniability off utility. Can't stick onto the defuse quite yet. QCK deciding to move forward. 3 players all the way back towards short A. And the wallbang gets him. But you saw that molly that just came down. There's not enough time here at this point, and even not enough bodies to escape for Loud. Everybody dies, and Sentinels, they get round number 6.
The post-plant game is becoming so relevant here for the way Sentinels are playing. We see John Cutie using Viper lineups on different maps as well. Here it's up to Zellsis to stay alive on these ones. And a great push through. The shower push we saw was actually Sentinels using Loud's smoke against them. If a Yoru bounces his flash off the floor inside a smoke, it will pop flash right outside the bloom of the smoke. Almost impossible to dodge. Combine that with a saucy flash as well.
And a decoy.
And a decoy, and Sentinels has answers for the defensive they're seeing. Answer right there as well.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't need utility. You just need TenZ to move forward and get that kill. And he's going to control Showers as the rest of Sentinels holding it back. Again, understanding a lower buy for Loud in round number 17.
Fake teleport.
You see the very low buy that you currently have for the defensive side. Crossfire set up with shotguns inside Hookah. It comes down now at the mid-round for utility to be important for Sentinels to try to flush things out. They have what it takes. I mean, the dog, the boombot, everything.
It'll be tough. A minute here. TenZ patience again pays off. He'll have free ult orb here in a second if he wants it, but more playing for the shot. As they're waiting for this low buy from Loud to get antsy. They start getting a few jiggle peeks in, and that's just enough for Sens to connect with the crosshairs.
And that's the moment of hesitation coming from, there's a minute left on the clock. Loud has no information of where Sentinel's at.
Right.
So they have to start moving forward to get information because they also are playing a composition that doesn't really allow for them to scan anything outside for Sadak's knife.
It's a great point. You don't scan, you have to jump peek things. Sadak's not on the sky. He's trying to hit a knife. The knife can be dodged. They cannot confirm much without putting themselves in danger, and Sentinels is punishing that positioning.
Every single one of those kills were just Sentinels posted at the right spot.
Right.
Everybody just walked into their crosshair.
Jiggle peeks.
They literally didn't even need to raise a finger, move the mouse. They just kept it there the whole round until finally TenZ is trying to create some space and trying to find information. And not only donates his life, but it allows for, once again, Sentinels to pick up here an ult that should be very important with the dimensional drift for them to clear out the space and play the pulse plant that they've been very good at so far.
I think we got a decent buy still for Loud, maybe a timeout call from them, figuring out how they can start to defend what is happening from that side to say, yep, there it is. They call through. They need to stop the bleeding right now. Sentinels has come up with 4 rounds, and a lot of the rounds, Loud is not able to have their full member retake because they've been picked apart across the map. Of this default, Sentinels continues to run and come up with so much. So Loud, again, that buy, little discussion now. Let's see if they can right this ship here, because with the rate Sen is catching back up, we may not get a Lotus.
Right now, you can definitely see what Ender was talking about, the vibes coming out of Sadak's briefcase.
Yeah.
And he's always smiling, pumping up the team. But on the other end, the other IGL also brings up the vibes in a different way. Just small little chants, whistling, we got this, let's stay cool.
Hell yeah.
And Zellsis seems like he has a read on something right now on how Loud are currently playing the defense. So Kaplan letting him speak.
Checking the notes.
Trusting the calls.
He's like, you sure we planned that? Is that one that I don't have that? No. We'll see. Loud getting the same amount of time to chat. And they have a lot to throw at Sentinels here. This could be a round. They get that Kaunzin ultimate up. We've seen multi-kill rounds from him. One after the other. And it's very possible they have 3 ults to fight back on this. But Sentinels has a few on deck as well. This could be very chaotic. They go back to that default strat, setting up at just about every point of the attack side to make sure Loud isn't getting space. And Sentinels, we talked about it, of Loud's comp. Oh, Sentinels knows that Loud has to use their bodies to peek. They're their own sentries here if Loud, or if Sadak's knife misses. So they're always looking for these shots.
They're about to go for a 4-player hit towards the long B side. So with the initial noise that they made towards Showers, it was an instant TP from TenZ. A Jiggle now spawning a couple, and that's a beautiful fault line, but it's instantly traded. Too many bodies to deal against. Les gets taken down, and that's Walls denied. Smoke's too far away to try to smoke it back out, so it gives a chance now for Sentinels to move inside that site, and that's why TenZ gave his life away, so he can have a dimensional drift this round over. And allows Saci to get the plant and Seekers on top of it. Not yet, because it gets denied from the aftershock from Elbow. Orbital strike, but he's going to stick it still. No Seekers. There's a flank coming. That could be huge right there. Cusick getting the pick. The execution onto Zellsis. Null coming out. Up to TenZ and John Cutie. Now up to TenZ only. And they cannot hold. It took a while. But it seems as though Loud finally were able to answer back on Sentinel's pulse plant protocols.
I like it from Loud. They split up the flashes. They split up the aggressive entry and how it can hit the site. And QCK's Thanos timing it long didn't even require any flashes. He peeks, he kills, and the rest of the team of Loud is able to come through. They did get that orbital strikeout, and Kaunzin does pick up the Rolling Thunder as we expected on that round. So they can now fold over this power into another victory to bring it to game point. Again, Sentinel still has quite a bit in the pocket for this round with ultimates in Zek and Zellsis and Saci. Crash down A.
Walk down. Clutch down.
With Brimstone as well. Not even that speed.
It just went with a Brimstone flash. Taking control of B, instant rotating. But with that, look at Sentinels. They haven't budged at all. Loud's been very proactive, rather, with this type of composition on the defensive sides.
Imagine they find something there, right? Loud's protocol is to just fight a war at Fountain at B-Long. Sentinels are now going to try to re-hit this area to see just how much came down, and QCK out of it. First blood for TenZ there.
Allows Seekers to come out too, to force to rotate. Even that Rolling Thunder that you mentioned before from Kawadzin, it's pinned towards that B site. But now it's read by Loud. That small split second, saw the TP, heard the TP. So Sentinels now have to at least try to gain some ground. Loud trying to be ready for this one, but Sentinels also posted up so they can TP away if they need to, should Zekken not get the picks with a showstopper.
And you don't expect the timing. Les does look.
Inside the smoke though, Sadak gets the trade back off the Saci. Zekken pushing all the way forward. A double swing towards the back of the site. He does get the first pick off the Sadak, and also for Tui's. The TP came across like they wanted to for Sentinels. Loud eating into the strategy, eating into the bait. And we'll have Sentinels full splat now towards the B site.
And there's a bit of the singular pro play from each one of them. Strength coming out and some all-stars there. Now up to Kawadzin. Great shot to capitalize. It's going to be a tough one to get this down with what's going to be happening, obviously. He just looks for the exit kills that's going to happen to him. But with TenZ coming around on the outside of this round, his teleport from B gate crashed into spawn. So Les had an inkling. Yeah, there's going to be a teleport, but maybe it's a little bit later. And TenZ finally found that timing, even though Les did look. It just shows you just how patient Sen's pushing forward, how much they're making Loud have to consider this angle or this, when Loud just wants to be watching the site take and denying. Another kill for Kawadzin as we get a teleport out of Zellsis, searching a little blood in the water, but they cannot take him down.
Kawadzin still been doing a very good job getting a lot of value out of these fault lines to not only set up himself but his teammates, but the amount of times was, I think it was twice in this series so far where he was able to get a fault line aftershock combination to get picks, get kills. So utility is still quite good here for Loud. But again, it comes down to that storyline on that second half of that forced by Stinger that we had from Sentinels, allowing for them to pick up 4 rounds in a row. Now finally going back and forth. Loud still in the lead by 3. TenZ looking for Showers control solo with the shorty. Flash being initiated down towards long B though for Sentinels to try to see if somebody's going to try to tap an orb. Trying to deny it away from QCK. But he's got Tui's with him. Shoots first, TP's away.
And he's gone. Now they have to worry. I mean, they heard the TP. Was it fake? You're going to leave one? They can at least clear out and start to lean the other way. Calls from Loud are going to say B-Long's getting hit right now, so just be sturdy in your positions. Kawadzin starts him off.
Great way to be sturdy. The headshot through a couple of walls, dropping one. Right now, Sentinels are trying to move in towards this B site. Baiting out Util, baiting out the aftershock first, potentially even the Rolling Thunder as Louder all towards the back of that site, trying to wallbang off the tap. John Cutie getting the plant and also getting the pit. Activates it on the top of the B site. But remember, QCK meanwhile picked up the orb on Showers, so they have Rolling Thunder and run it back to try to go directly against this pit. Here it comes right now as QCK leads the charge. Looking through, trying to spot some players. There's the headshot onto John Cutie. Pit will now come down.
Oh my God.
More information as TenZ inside the smoke. Traded out by Sadak. There's only one player left. It's Zellsis. Fully flashed. Does get the backstab on the 2.
Zellsis.
A 2 versus 1. Only as it's going to work with. Almost got the clutch. But Tui's was there for the trade. The defuse. And Loud will be at that point.
Game 5, Lotus on the horizon. Loud's timeout paying dividends a few rounds ago to find a way to get the Brimstone ultimate in. Then a few rounds later, the Rolling Thunder in. And now, the retake on the site again. Loud finds success. They stay alive.
One enemy remains.
And they have a chance to push us once more to our final map. Still a lot of chances, 4 even for Sen to get to the OT here. Loud almost has this one locked down, but you cannot give it to anyone just yet with the way they've been playing. See how they jump into this next round, where they're going, what they're doing. TenZ ready off the rip for Dimensional Drift. And he's going to start just throwing out info to the team here. We'll see how Loud reacts.
You got money to work with here for Sentinels in round number 21. Back against the wall, spotting Sadak inside U-Haul, mauling into full to push them back. They could try to regain control. Les has a judge, but he's towards the B side. QCK and Tooey's holding the A site.
Spike down A.
Off the dimensional drift information, trying to get utility behind and sprays behind it. It's actually Loud that capitalizes on all of these kills. TenZ alone against the world.
How bad do you guys want a computer? TenZ a lot of work ahead of him here. And I'm sure Kaplan is looking at the Lotus notes at this point. What a great 2 maps from Loud. Incredibly hard fought on the last map of Icebox. That was such a back and forth.
He does get the first contact. Still 40 seconds to work with. Doesn't have any more gate crashes, so he can't really come through. Walking through the snake bite as well.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it even more difficult. Pit coming out from Les, Judge inside, TenZ dancing around the corner of that pit. Walks in right now to pick it up. No way. As he walks across the TP though, QCK's waiting. Is it going to get cleared? TP's across, didn't see him. He made it through this 14 seconds left. QCK chases him down. We will be going into a final map to decide the winner of kickoff.
It did not look like it was in the cards for Loud to be taken 2 in a row. You have to agree the way the first 2 maps went, seeing Sentinels' prowess, how much they did. But we got to Icebox and Loud started to heat up. We get to Bind and Loud takes control. The question is who has momentum going into map 3, these teams pushing each other to the distance.
Yeah, definitely if you're looking at this series so far, it could potentially be Loud at this point. Winning those 2 rounds, those 2 maps the way that they did. Now also having tape on how Sentinels plays Lotus where they haven't pulled out on their side. They might be able to flip this series so far in that last final map on Lotus to be decided. Sentinels versus Loud after the break.